All right, we are starting chapter 1 in your volume 1 book. I am on page 10. And we're going to talk about finding unit rates. So a ratio that compares two quantities with different kinds of units is called a rate. And what we did in class is we found our pulse to find our heart rate. So if you take your pulse, if you're at home, and calculate it for 2 minutes, and let's say it's 160 beats in 2 minutes, and if you divide that and you get 80 beats per minute, that's called your unit rate. A unit rate is any time you have your denominator as 1. So some common unit rates that you see in the real world when you're driving, how fast you're going is miles per hour. You can calculate how many miles per gallon you get in your car. When you go to the grocery store, price per pound for your shrimp, your lunch meat, your produce. All right, so let's look at this example here. Adrienne biked 24 miles in 4 hours. If she biked at a constant speed, how many miles did she ride in 1 hour? All right, so you are going to divide 24 divided by 4, and you get 6 miles per hour. So we're going to do the same thing here for A and B. So part A, $300 for 6 hours. Maybe you're working and you got $300 to work 6 hours. Okay, you're going to divide that and you would get $50 per hour. That's your unit rate. All right, go ahead and divide out letter B. That is 220 miles on 8 gallons. So you're going to do 220 divided by 8. And you should get 27 and a half. And that's miles per gallon. You can abbreviate that. All right, juice boxes in the next example on your next page. So this package comes with 8 juice boxes and they cost $2. Now notice the money is on the top. So $2 divided by 8, that means you're paying 25 cents per box. The grocery store does this for you. If you look at, let's say some things like $2.99. If you look in the corner, they'll usually tell you how much for the unit price, how much for one, how much per pound, how much per ounce, and you can compare the different brands and see which one's cheaper per pound or per ounce. All right, so in part C, you have 4-pack of mixed fruit for $2.12. Remember, money first, divided by 4. So put that in your calculator. And you should get 53 cents for one. All right, in example 3, they're comparing 3 different bags of dog food. Which size bag has the lowest price per pound? So you're going to take your money divided by your size. And you can see the 3 prices they got right there. So it looks like the 20-pound bag is selling per pound cheaper than the other 2. So let's do the same thing for some peanut butter here. We have 4 types of peanut butter, so go ahead and divide. Remember, you're doing money divided by ounces. So go ahead and do that for all 4 of those. I'll give you a minute. All right, so for the first one, when you divide $2.19 divided by 12, you're going to get 18 cents per ounce. For gramos, 279 divided by 18, you're going to get 15 cents, but there's a 5 after it, so we're going to round that up to 16. B's was 469 divided by 28. And again, we're going to round that one up to 17 cents. And the last one, the Save-A-Lot, 660 divided by 40. That's your biggest jar of peanut butter. That one's also going to be 17 cents. So your cheapest per ounce is going to be gramos at 16 cents. Now you're thinking, oh, what's 1 penny? But that's per ounce. And if you have 40 ounces that you're dealing with, that's 1 cent per ounce. You're saving 40 cents. So you have to look at it that way. It might only be a cent per ounce, but how many ounces are you buying? All right, and then the next example is Lexi painted 2 faces in 8 minutes. At this rate, how many faces can she paint in 40 minutes? So if you find your unit rate by dividing 2 faces divided by 8 minutes, it's she can do a quarter of a face in a minute. So if you want to find by 40, then you would take your 0.25 of a face and times it by 40, and you would get 10 faces.